How's everyone doing today, guys? We have a really festive holiday cheer episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about holiday streaming tips for streamers. I've got three lovely, beautiful guests with us today to share their experiences on what they've done over the past years, what they're doing this year, and hopefully we can bring you guys some new ideas that you guys can take to your stream. So we got Spofie, DomesticDan, and Frank here. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Very good. It's a good Monday. It's Monday, right?
It is.
Monday.
Yeah, okay.
I have felt that with a million technical difficulties at the start of my stream this morning. So I've been feeling the Mondays today. So if you guys want to talk a little bit about yourself, who you are, why you're here, and tell us a little bit about your stream. Spofie, we'll start with you.
Oh gosh, I have to go first. Okay.
No pressure.
Hi,
No pressure.
I'm Spofie, or Sophie is my name. I kind of go by both, but Spofie is my handle. I primarily stream Final Fantasy 14, but we do like variety too. A lot of like JRPGs, other RPGs. Sometimes we just like sit around and talk for a bit. I'm here to talk about holiday streaming stuff.
Wow.
I know. Look, I was gonna elaborate on that. Just because I mentioned that I've been kind of like experimenting with trying to do some different stuff since I tried the whole Christmas tree thing last year and I had some issues with it.
I can't wait to hear about that.
Yeah, but that's me. I stream every night during the nighttime.
Awesome. Frank, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm FrankthePegasus, but you can call me Frank because otherwise it's a mouthful. I also am a variety caster. I do a lot of simulation games and like open world games. So things like The Sims 4, for example, or Stardew Valley, or I like Minecraft. And just like basically, if you're gonna get comfy cozy with it and just play it for hours on end mindlessly, that's what I like. So we have a really
happy birthday. No, sorry. Sorry, go on.
It's not my birthday. Don't let chat troll you. It is not my birthday. Don't let them tell you.
I'm just glad the pressure's off me because usually it's my birthday. So, all right, it's Frank's birthday, guys. Happy birthday, Frank.
We like to get festive, I guess, every year. Just like it helps me get in the holiday spirit, I think, to get festive with stream because the holidays aren't exactly an easy time for me. So it helps me to have a group of people that I can like share that spirit with in order to like bring the feeling like that spirit, that good vibes of Christmas back into Christmas, I guess.
For sure. Yeah, that's awesome. Dan, who are you?
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm DomesticDan. I am primarily a cooking streamer, creative streamer, IRL streamer, as well as I do games very similar to Frank and a lot of the open world. Like, is this mindless? Can we just talk and, hit a rock with a hammer for a while? Perfect. I'm pretty sure I was asked to be here specifically because I'm like the grandmother of Twitch and I just want people to be happy and be fed, which is why I love the holidays because it gives me an excuse to have people over at my house and feed them. Which is what I do. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. It's great to have you guys. And I think, Dan, this is your first time on the show. So welcome.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
So the reason that we're talking about the holidays specifically is because I think it's a really special time of year because, I mean, obviously you have, it's Thanksgiving and then, you have Christmas, Hanukkah. December's like just jam-packed with stuff. And it's a very festive time of year. You have students that come home. You have people that take vacations. So you see a lot of old faces that haven't been around. And I think it's also, for us that are community streamers, we have viewers that tend to gravitate to our channels. Like Frank was kind of saying, like, it can be a very tough time of year for a lot of people. And I think for us as, entertainers and community focused broadcasters, we want to create a place that makes people feel comfortable and at home and a place for people to share the holidays with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
I sorry, I panicked for something. Like, wait, was I asked a question? Did I say that really hard? Oh no,
Dan. So, what do you think about that? But no, I think it's also like people are very generous and they want to, support you during that time. We also have Twitch doing some really cool things during this time of year, which we'll talk about as well. And I think just it's a great opportunity to kind of shake things up a little bit, like Spofie was saying, like, change things up, do some different things, and wear awesome sweaters and have like cool stream backgrounds. So unfortunately, I don't have anything in my background right now. I just use a green screen, so and I can't do that. But what I will do instead is maybe do like a little like a green screen design is something that I've been working on. Like you have like, I don't know, like an image or like a like a video of like a fireplace that just like loops, something like to set like a cozy little background. And then Frank, I see you have like that Christmas tree.
I don't that old thing.
that's just there, I don't know what I'm doing there.
I do. I like to decorate, in part because, like I said, it helps me feel festive, but I also think it's kind of fun to like, it's something that last year I just put, I call them baubles, but apparently nobody else calls them baubles, but like the round ornaments, I just put some on this tree last year, but this year we're actually doing it like for subs and gift subbers. So I think everybody else has been enjoying helping to decorate the tree, because it, like as the month goes on, it gets more and more festive. But I think that there's a lot that you can do. People can do snow effects. For example.
Is that real? Are you making it snow in your stream room?
It's just massive dandruff.
Is your roof okay?
You have to like pretend you're scratching your head and then do it.
I don't know why I went that direction. I'm sorry. That was.
So Dan is the Grinch. But yeah, no, I like the Christmas tree idea, and I like the idea of like putting ornaments. So what, like people sub or resub, and are you writing their name on it? Or
I think some people do that, but I wanted to be able to reuse them, so I'm not doing that. But I have like different sizes of the different baubles. So like if you gift X number of subs, then your bauble like grows on the tree.
wow.
So we have a few different sizes, but everybody gets just like a little, I don't know if I have one handy. It's just a little handmade thing that I made literally out of pipe cleaner. And it's just like a little circle out of pipe cleaner that I put a hook on. So there are a bunch of those on the tree.
That's cool.
So
That's really cool.
It's just like a little thing that we decided to do this year.
You said your chat voted on the lights too?
Yeah, my chat does that every month, but they very specifically gunned for my lights. They're pink right now, but they very specifically gunned for them to be white, like my normal lights behind me, so that it was like a festive, Christmassy vibe in here. So,
That's
just a silly thing.
Yeah, I've seen I don't know, is it I forget what the lights are called, but like I've seen streamers have lights that the viewers can influence.
Yeah, well, those are usually hue lights, or something like that. And there's a program called Luminaire, I think.
It's called Lumia. It's exactly what I use.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You have settings where chats or mods or subs only can interact with the lights. I don't do that because I don't give them nice things.
Too much power.
It is. It's too much power. My lights would be constantly changing, but they do hook up to my alerts and stuff, which is fun.
That's cool. Can you make them like red and green? I don't know.
Yes.
This one is a hue. I can do that way.
I can't.
Red and green.
Oh yeah, I see.
And can chat change that or no?
Not on mine. I don't
Okay.
have that program. Frank is far cooler than me.
But you have like
yours too, yeah.
Oh.
She's doing it
we
too,
actually do.
yeah. I'm just doing that for my phone because
I see the
Yeah, I am too because I don't have Lumia on right now. There's red.
I don't.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Can Nanoleafs do that too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Someone in chat said that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Nanoleafs. That you might be able to do it with key lights. Can't key lights be the Elgato ones? Can those do different colors, or are those only white?
I think they're just white to orange. and
Yeah.
blue.
It's
Oh,
like
okay.
professional
normal lighting.
range.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
no cool colors, unfortunately.
I was really hoping for a nice fuchsia personally, but
I know.
oh well.
But yeah, you had that what was that effect that you were doing? Was that through OBS?
What I was
The
doing?
snow one, yeah.
Oh, the snow. Yes, yeah. I have everything through OBS right now. So I can do this even though I don't have my green screen up, which I have retracted back here. I just have my virtual cam going, so whenever I do this, I can just play around. But yeah, I'll do stuff like this sometimes. A lot of the time, my more kind of holiday themed stream stuff, like it was last week. I decorated the house. I got soup going and cooking and simmering in the background, and then I was like, all right, and then pointed a camera at my living room, and we set up my tree and decorated it all, and then put lights up around the house.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing I like doing for holidays. Not near as much like stream like here focused stuff, but more like, you know, baking holiday stuff, cooking for friends, having people over, like doing a Friendsmas or a Friendsgiving stream.
Like IRL stuff.
Yeah, a lot of IRL stuff, because a lot of what I like to do is more kind of hospitality focused in that regard. Like I have this house, it's my house, and I got it with my wife big enough so that we can have people over, and that was my goal. Because that's just kind of what I like. I like people a lot. I'm one of the rare extroverts of Twitch. So I just need people all the time.
Yeah.
So you're like trying to make it for your stream, like they're coming over to your house to like hang out for the holidays.
Yeah, kind of like a lot of the like, so Friendsgiving we had a couple weeks ago, I guess a few weeks ago now. And there was definitely chat interaction, but like a chunk of it was just, well, here we are eating, you know, a roast turkey and like all the fixings of Thanksgiving. We can't see chat. It's just there's a camera on a table. Like, and people loved it. Like, and they had last year and years before. Like, we weren't interacting with them, but they're just like, it's nice. It's homey. We like the atmosphere.
Now, could they hear you? Like, were there mics on the table? Okay.
There was a like a just an Omni, like a Blue Yeti that I use in my kitchen, so that it picks up all the ambiance. But other than that, like, yeah, it's just people liked. I don't know. There's always, it's the same thing with Twitch. You know, people just like watching people do stuff. In this case, it was eating a meal together.
Right. Yeah. I think I don't. What is it called? Mukbang. Like people like to.
Yeah.
Mukbang. Yeah.
Like just watch you eat dinner and just hang out. Maybe they're eating dinner with you. You know.
Some of them definitely are. I mean, that's part of why what I do has worked so well, is because of that kind of like, it's a bit of learning how to do stuff, because I cooked the whole turkey on stream, so people got to see and learn how I roast an 18-pound bird. And then, you know, making mashed potatoes and all that, and other people like I know Firecrow came over, he made sausage stuffing, and we just had a bunch of different stuff made, which makes it, you know, it's educational, but also like, you know, people watch Food Network for that reason.
Right.
Yeah, that's totally true.
And for like, what was that? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask, like, so for making the turkey, like it's kind of off topic, but like, if you wanted to microwave it, how long would you need to cook it?
A whole turkey? Whole turkey. I think it was actually like, if it's not frozen and you have a microwave big enough for it, I think it's like 2 or 3 hours. It's still, there is a per pound, like there's per pound measurements for the oven. I believe there is for a microwave as well. I will also say, don't do that. If you ever hear a person complain about dry turkey, I guarantee you microwaving it's gonna make it worse.
A huge microwave, yeah. I actually texted my mom that like last year, that was a thing for Thanksgiving, where you text your parents like, oh yeah, how long do you microwave a turkey for? My mom was like, what? Don't stop. What? Like, she was just so confused. I was like, oh yeah. Just kidding. Me
My mom would either disown me or just like be like, you're lying to me.
I
know
you'd
you
have to be lying. Like,
yeah, she knows. I've made turkey for many years. Like, she's like, I know you can do this. Why are you like this?
That's really cool. Do you guys, either of you guys, do any cooking streams?
I don't cook.
Bake maybe.
Really
I don't know.
bad
Make
at
some
cooking.
cookies. Make some. I don't know, like a gingerbread house. Do you have to cook the gingerbread? I don't know. Do you buy
I
the
did.
gingerbread? I have
I
no
think you
idea.
just buy the gingerbread when you get a gingerbread house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you totally can.
Okay.
I did last year with my mom. I did a cookie baking stream, which was really fun. But we had like already kind of had that planned well ahead of the holidays. So I don't know if it's going to happen again this year. But it was a lot of fun because it really brought me back to like something that I did as a kid that I probably hadn't done since I was a kid, like since I was living at home for sure. Is like just baking cookies at all for the holidays, but definitely baking with my mom for the holidays and getting to decorate and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's really cute.
I just had a temporary setup. So like I think a lot of what we're talking about is like, you know, kind of what if I don't have these, like, what if I don't have nice lights? What if I don't have a tree, that kind of stuff. But like I did a really temporary setup. I used a laptop, and I don't listen to this too hard, Dan, because you're going to be upset with me, but
geez.
I duct taped my webcam to my wall so that they could see what we were doing on the counter.
First 2 years, mine was duct taped to a cabinet.
What are
What?
you doing?
And I was no, I know. I did that, and
That's smart.
another
You
streamer
have
friend
to.
of
Like,
mine
you're just like,
yelled at me
I'm
because
just
of
gonna
it.
make this work.
It's like, buy this $15 clamp, like threw the link at me. He was just like, shut up. Is it the same
Like one
clamp
like
I
these?
Yep, I have those. That exact one right there.
I've got like
They're
3
great.
of these. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have 3 or 4 of them after that because I felt really shameful after 2 years of cooking with duct tape. Yeah, so no, I won't
Yeah.
judge you for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for it. It was
Yeah.
temporary. So it was just like trying to make the space that I have work for what we needed it to work for. And I knew that was going to be like a kind of a one-off thing. You could, I suppose, like I have a tower PC and I could have probably hooked it all up in the other room, but I didn't want to move it. That's exactly how I felt
That's
about
what
it.
I did for the first like 2 years. It does well. Don't do that.
Don't know. I knew that if it was going to come down to that, like if I didn't have a machine that was going to allow me to at least like kind of stream okay, that I would have to like probably take the next day off to set it all back up. And I didn't want to do that. I was like, I
Yeah.
could tear it down and probably get it set up, but I don't all in one day after cleaning up everything that is happening in the kitchen. I'm not going to want to put my PC back together. So
I feel like that's one of the things that worries me most about trying to do like a cooking stream or something is like I get really freaked out when things don't work. And I know that's like normal, but like extra freaked out, like it really just throws me off, which isn't great for a streamer because like a technical difficulty happens and I'm in like a tizzy. So
Yeah.
like the idea of trying to like set something up somewhere else, it already throws me into a tizzy because I just
That's
like
totally
have my
fair.
base.
It definitely
honestly-
requires more planning and
It does.
definitely more work.
It does. I would honestly say that like for just like kind of a one-off stream of not necessarily maybe cooking streams or baking streams, but just like any of those holiday streams that we're talking about, like setting things up, putting your tree up, decorating around your house, you can just do that from your phone now.
Yeah.
Like especially if you're at home and you have good internet at home, like you can just do that from your phone. It doesn't have to be this big huge to do. You just prop your phone up somewhere and do what you're going to do. And
Yeah.
I don't really feel like it needs to be like, I feel like it's more accessible now than it was even last year to do stuff like that. So
Yeah.
why not?
How's the quality though for that?
I've done
can be-
mobile streams before and it's pretty good.
It can be pretty good, yeah. I think I know like so Twitch has one built into their app, and then Streamlabs has one as well. I know Streamlabs you can like output to 1080p,
Yeah.
like 30 or depending on your phone, like 30 or 60 FPS.
Oh, wow.
Kind of
Yeah,
silly
it's-
how good a quality you can do with it.
Yeah. I mean, I did a stream where I followed my cat around for a couple of hours.
For a couple hours?
I mean, he was really
Hours?
it was basically a just chatting stream, but the camera was on my cat. Let's be honest.
I love that.
Was that an incentive?
It was.
Oh, I was hoping you just did it. That would have been even better.
I would do it again is the thing because he was just real chill about it. He was like, all right, you want to watch me eat? I'm gonna go eat now, and now I'm gonna cuddle, I guess. Like, this is just what we're doing today. It was really fun.
Real surprises when your cat just starts playing video games on your computer.
But yeah, I did that all from my phone, like in my apartment, and it was easy. I just like put it on a little selfie stick and followed him around.
So you did a just catting stream.
I did a just catting stream.
Aw.
I stole that from chat. You know, full disclosure, I am not that clever. That was great. Thank you, Mazer. But how's the sound quality when you stream from your phone?
It's okay.
Yeah,
It was
Okay,
fine. I mean, it's not a
it's not a Shure
high
SM7B
no, I
that
was just
3
gonna
out of
say
4 of
that.
us are using right now.
Yeah, or it's not a Shure 55SH and Mark II. Definitely not one of those either.
Is that
No.
better than ours? Are you trying to one up us
My-
right now?
No, it's just it's the Elvis mic. It's
Okay.
it's
Just
I'm-
different.
It is a
it's
nice
my-
mic.
I'm a hipster. Come on, like I gotta.
Couldn't tell.
At least you own it.
I look like a normal person from Seattle.
True. No, I think like doing like some IRL stuff is really cool to do during the holidays. Like, you know, yeah, cooking, tree decorating, wrapping presents. Has anyone done any present wrapping on stream? Hopefully your
haven't
family doesn't watch, but
I haven't yet, but I actually am planning to. My sister was just on stream with me the other day, and I told her you can't watch because I will be wrapping your present. So I actually am planning to do a present wrapping stream because I like to wrap presents, and I pretty much do all of them for like all of the presents that my partner and I get. I just wrap all of them. So I was like, I'm just gonna be spending an evening sipping wine, and I otherwise would put on a Christmas movie, but why not wrap presents with everybody? I don't see why it couldn't be fun. Be
Can
a
you-
chill night.
I need you to wrap my presents. I hate wrapping presents with a passion. And I'm
love it.
also so bad at it. I'm so
Me
bad at like there's like always like this like weird handle of extra wrapping paper like
What
that's
is
just like
I know exactly
where
what
does
you're
it go?
talking about.
Where does it go? Like I don't know what to do with it. Do you
Thought this
cut
was
it?
a square and now it's a rectangle. What happened?
It's
Like,
just the worst. Like none of the folds are perfect. Like it's always
Just
crooked.
come to my present wrapping stream. It'll be semi-educational for you.
Well, you'll give me some tips?
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right.
I always have like 80 pieces of tape like all over. like,
Yeah.
just, like, holding down all the edges.
So much
good.
tape. Like you actually need scissors because
A
just
lump.
there's so much tape. Yeah,
I just use gift bags with the little tissue paper out because
that's smart.
I'm not gonna wrap things.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed. I just like to do it. I'm kind of a crafty person, so I like to like put the ribbons on and make it all
Mm.
pretty and like
do you
match
curl the
everything.
ribbons with the damn
Oh, no.
damn you?
Wow.
Oh
I
man.
thought
I like
I
it's fun for me. I feel very extra right now. I won't lie.
My sister's such a neat rapper. So like you see like our family tree and you can tell whose presents are whose because somehow my mom is like way worse than I am, like even worse. Like you can't even tell what's in the box because you don't know what like the wrapping paper shape is like this weird like indescribable circle, but it's like there's a box in there. I was like, how did you even do that? Like I
Is that
don't
one of
understand.
those like fake gifts that it looks like a bicycle based on how it's wrapped, but it's actually like a tub of popcorn.
Yeah,
some
it's two
socks,
pizzas
and,
and,
like,
like,
an
yeah.
iPod.
But yeah, no, that's actually something I thought about doing this year. Was doing present wrapping, but then I remembered that I suck at that, and I also haven't gotten presents yet. Like I'm starting to panic because I just realized today like what the date is. I woke up this morning in a panic. I was like, wait a second, Christmas is okay in like a week or two. Oh my gosh. Anyways, okay, that was my mild breakdown on stream. We're good now. So anyways,
You handled yourself beautifully.
Yeah, that was a really nice segue.
That's
into what's
the
going on.
best breakdown I've ever witnessed.
So yeah, I mean like so doing stuff during the holidays like definitely requires some extra planning. But I think it's totally worth it. And Spofie, you have a story about a tree.
Oh,
You have a
yes.
story that I've been waiting to hear.
need to hear
so
this too.
Last year, I had like a real tree in my stream office for the first time because I had never kind of tried to do that before. Just because this is like a wall right behind me, I don't really have like much space to maneuver. So I wasn't sure how to do it. So last year I put up a tree and I just got a second webcam that like sometimes I turned on and I had it look at the tree. And I did something sort of like Frank, where when people like subbed or gifted subs or whatever, I would like put an ornament for them on the tree. But what was hard is when that would happen, I would like get the ornament, like write out the ornament, and then I would have to get up and like walk and like put it on my tree. And it ended up, the first couple nights I ended up just like putting on ornaments for 2 or 3 hours, which isn't that big of a deal. Like that's fine, but for me that like makes me really anxious cuz I don't do super well like doing the just chatting thing for more than like 30 minutes or so. I don't know. It's just me. So this year I decided to do something more like electronic. Like I back in September actually, I had um Zeke Death, who does a lot of programming stuff. He programmed the programming side of it, and then my artist did like the pixel art side of it. And it's basically like a holiday overlay where whenever people give sub or cheer or whatever, a little present like appears under the tree, and then there's like a little candy cane bar, and when it fills up, like a decoration gets added to like the overlay. So it's like more like automatic and like digital, and I was like, I'll be able to handle this better and still be able to like play my video games and stuff. So
That's a really cute idea. I really like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially when you have like a green screen too. Like, we don't have a fancy background, so like we'll just add some overlay stuff.
Right, yeah. The hard part's been trying to figure out how to like switch between that overlay and the game screen seamlessly, but because I always like, it's hard with MMOs not to make your screen look cluttered because there's just so much
it's already
clutter
cluttered
already that like you add one thing and it's like, what am I looking at? So that's the major struggle.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can you get away with like covering anything up, like anything of the game that's like, I don't know, does everything need to be seen?
I try. Like I hide as much as I can. I size things down, but it's just it's a lot. I mean, anybody comes in like, "Oh my god, you have so many buttons." And I'm just like, "I know, it's an MMO. That's just how it works." So, but we try.
So you basically just didn't like the tree because your setup doesn't really like allow you to have it accessible to you then?
Yeah, it just felt like I found myself getting really preoccupied with it, and like I don't know, I just get like really stressed out when I'm like, because like when I don't know, just the way I stream, like I'll get into a dungeon or something and I can't like be doing that and then like stop to like make ornaments for 20 minutes, like it kind of doesn't, it kept interrupting my flow.
Don't mess with my flow.
Yeah. So I found it more stressful than like exciting for me at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you want it to add to the stream, not distract from it.
Right.
Exactly.
But you also don't want to be like, unless you donate $100, you don't get an ornament, because that just feels really crappy. So
for sure.
There was no way for me to like limit it, but also make people feel included. So I was just like,
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, there's definitely a balance with you don't want things to be too distracting, like, and this goes for not just streaming during the holidays, but at any time, your alerts for tips or sponsored stuff. There's definitely like a balance and a flow that you have to find, and especially like if you're super gameplay focused, or you're in the middle of a dungeon, you don't want to like stop and change gears and everything. So subtlety, like unless you're like dedicated to like this stream is about decorating the tree, like you don't really want to just kind of randomly disrupt what you're already doing.
Yeah. I know some people do. You can also like write stuff down and then like later dedicate a stream to like doing all that stuff, and that can work too.
Yeah,
for sure.
But then then I don't know, then it doesn't feel as like, it's like, oh, this person subbed like 2 days ago, but now we're writing their name and they're not even here.
Bad.
Like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of it that we do that's like to kind of capture that moment too, right? Like you want to kind of say like, this is special that you're doing this, and this is like the thing that I'm doing to give back to you right now. So it feels really weird, and it doesn't like encourage any of that either.
Right. Yeah, it's like especially if they're like not even there for it anymore, and you're just like, oh.
That was
yeah. I'm trying to think if I do anything like I've never really done anything on screen or anything in terms of like writing people's names or like decorating like a tree behind me or something. I want to get a tree this year, but I don't know if I would even like write people's names because it's like there's so many subs and resubs. Like I just like I don't even know how I would figure out a good balance for that seems like fair but like not disruptive.
It's
For
really
sure.
hard to balance that. I mean, both of you found that out really quickly. Like even if it's like, oh, you know, you have 10 subs, 100 subs, 300 subs, it doesn't matter. There's that one time, that one day where someone's just gonna be, I want to be really generous for Christmas. Here's 30 subs, or you know, whatever it is, you weren't expecting it, and they're like, well, now I was planning like 5 maybe today.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I need to be over here for an hour, you know, getting all this
Yeah.
done. And
Mm.
people are going to latch onto that and laugh at you taking that hour, and they're going to start adding more, and now all of a sudden it's blown out of proportion. Like,
I
I mean,
once did a stream, actually recently did a stream where I was basically held captive by my chat because I said I would do a wheel spin for every single sub. We were raising money for a charity and it was a whole thing, but I said I would do a wheel spin for every single sub that day. And I genuinely streamed for 10 hours and did nothing but wheel spins.
Oh my gosh.
And that's not the first time that's happened. So if you do something for every sub, be aware that something for every sub. This is why like this is a sub gifter thing. So like all I have to worry about is, did you already gift a sub? Are you already on the tree? Which is a question they can answer. And then spoilers, I don't pay attention to who's who. I don't know which bauble is yours. I'm just grabbing the right size and upgrading that or putting a new one on. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just going on the tree. There's no names, there's no nothing. It's super easy to pay attention to and like not disruptive. I can have some of it set up ahead of time. And that's like, you definitely have to find the balance for sure, because it can be your entire stream. And if I feel like one stream of that, if you're kind of like, this is the first day of it, is fine. But when it starts to like pile on and you're like, no, this is every day of the entire month of December, it starts to get real old real quick for everyone.
Mhm.
yeah, I think honestly, the way that you do it, Frank, that's maybe one of the best ways I've heard it done. Because
Thanks.
most people want to do like the name, which I get. Like there's the whole point of streaming and like having your community built and having that connection with everybody. So like you want to write the name or you want to do something that makes them feel special for what they do. The way you do it, yeah, you can have everything ahead of time ready to go, and you just grab one, set on tree, then you're done. You've done
Yep.
the thing. They've got the gratification and the thank from you, but also like you don't have to like, oh god, okay, which person, how do you spell that? And like,
Right.
do I just make it the nickname I gave them years ago, or like,
Also that.
or because their name is like 1,200 characters for some reason and they put numbers in it, and stop doing that. But you know, like
No numbers
get
and
that,
names.
yeah, stop it. But like that's really cool. Like I really like that idea. I'm not going to steal it because I don't have a tree back here, but it's a really good idea.
I don't hoard ideas, so if anybody wants to steal that idea, feel free. Feel free.
That's good because
cool.
there are a few people watching, so you know there might be people getting ideas about this, you know, educational content here. But yeah, so when you're planning out special events, just be mindful of the scaling. You know, like something might be reasonable for, you know, one person, but like, and especially with Twitch, where Twitch has made it super easy to spread the love, where you can gift subs in bulk. Like if you're doing things per sub, it's very easy, $50, and someone has dropped 10 subs all of a sudden. Now you're trying to repeat this 10 times, and then someone else, then all of a sudden you have a sub train, and then it's like out of control, and you're just 10 hours later, you're Frank, like still spinning that wheel.
Yeah, we started doing like deals on the wheel because there were only so many options. So I was like, what if I just spin it and then we do this, whatever this is, times 10, and that's just 10 spins, because don't do it. What I would recommend is don't do something for every single person that subs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to gauge. You really have to like experiment with like how much you can do of anything depending on the size of your stream and activity of your stream, and sometimes it can be hard to guess what is going to be appropriate for it until you try it
Mm-hmm.
and end up streaming for 10 hours. But then you learn, I guess, so it works
Yeah.
out.
I
Yeah.
hope I
Yes.
learned.
And for charity, Paul, good cause.
Yeah, for
That makes-
sure.
Worth.
I feel like a lot of people raise money for charity like around Thanksgiving and the holidays. Like I know like I did a charity stream on Thanksgiving for a few hours just raising money for No Kid Hungry on a day that like, you know, Americans are sitting down to eat way too much food. So I was like, yeah, okay, this seems like a good idea. And
For sure.
Twitch sometimes does like integrates charity with like cheering and stuff. So I'm not sure if they're doing that this year, but it's definitely like a cool idea to like give back and do something special for charity.
Yeah,
I think-
absolutely.
I think there are a few charities that do specific like holiday campaigns that integrate with Twitch. I know St. Jude is one that they do, like they obviously have Play Live in May, but they do a second one for creatives in like Thanksgiving, December area. And then Make a Wish is another one that I know does a big fund like thing for the holiday season. So I think a lot of people get on board with a lot of that stuff. And understandably so. I think it's a charitable time of year. So might as well capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know the one that I tend to do around this time is not a charity event that I put together, but I help a little bit with is the Metal Meal Meltdown that Goobers does,
Mm-hmm.
which is you try to make food and it's as metal as possible and maybe over the top, but it's like mid-November normally, and it's not officially for Thanksgiving, but it's that in the same time and realm, and a lot of people are more willing to give, especially when it's related to food or things of that nature. When it's like, oh, I had a Thanksgiving, it was awesome, and I know a lot of people can't do this sort of thing, so let's give money to those who are needing. And that one is specifically for St. Jude, so it's not even like a food focused one,
Right.
but it's a really good cause that I know a lot of us work with. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's around the holidays. It's people are happier to give around here because it's kind of, at least in the US, like it's a cultural kind of thing. So kind of capitalizing on it, but not for us, but for charities. I always like seeing that.
Yeah, that's really cool. During like the past few times that Twitch has done something where you like cheer with like hashtag charity or something, I think like they would
Yeah.
give like a portion of bits, and then I just like kind of tacked onto that, and I was like, okay, well I'm gonna set up my own campaign for the same charity and then like donate like an extra portion of bits or like a percent of like subs and resubs or something like during that time, just to kind of like capitalize on like, okay, Twitch is spreading awareness about this, people thinking about charity. Okay, well here, if you want to donate more, you can go to this link, or just sub or resub or whatever in the channel. And like if you're doing like silly stuff for the holidays, then you can just kind of integrate that alongside it, right? Like the tree
Yeah, for
decorating,
sure.
like Frank was doing like wheel spinning and stuff, like that could work too.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really easy to be like take the stuff that we already do. I think that's where a lot of my inspiration from, like what kinds of things do I want to do for charity in general, but like also just like for any kind of event streams, it all comes from what is something that I already do and how can I gamify it for stream, I guess, is really the big thing. Like and you think of like cookie decorating, like you donate to charity and then you get to decorate one of my cookies however you want to do it. Like you get to tell me what colors to use or whatever, or I'll put your name on it or whatever that is. And I think that gets to be really easy to just take all of the traditions that you already do and then just bring them to stream, because more and more I feel like streaming has become, at least for the four of us and for a lot of people who are really community interactive, it is about like, what are your traditions, or what is your life like, and how do I bring my life to your life, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. What about to change the subject a little bit, do you guys do any holiday emotes? I think I've seen some in chat. Let me see your guys' holiday emotes.
Yeah, I have some of them.
I don't have all of my emotes converted to holiday emotes. I know a lot of people do that. Getting a redraw of an emote is just an expensive thing to do.
Yeah, no, that is.
So I just don't have them all. But I do like to make as many of them festive as I have.
Yeah, I also do some of them. So
Yeah, I'm seeing them. I'm hovering over all of them right now in chat. They look amazing.
Those all, I don't usually do any holiday emotes unless it's a like garbage meme emote that like one of my lovely mods is like, I made this, and I'm like, great, and we'll put that up. It's usually not holiday based though, just nightmare based. But I love seeing them.
Yeah,
and they're pricey though. That's the main thing, is like, because I don't want to like, well, I'll just take the emote and throw a Santa hat on it myself, because then it doesn't match, and then I feel bad for not commissioning my artist that I like making sure can eat.
Same.
So it's like, oh, but if I do it myself, or if I pass it off to a different person for cheaper, I'm gonna feel awful, because and it's around the holidays too, which is even like a worse thing. Like, I didn't want to pay you around the holidays. Enjoy that.
Yeah, it's also like
I
kind of oh, go ahead.
Okay. A friend of mine does do my emotes, not my artist, but my artist is also really busy during the holidays. Like he doesn't want to do my redraws. So I talked to him about it, and he was like, yeah, that's fine. You do whatever you want to them. Like, I don't care, because he's got like a bunch of people asking him to do like redraws and whatever. So my friend's like really good in paint.net, and he was like, what if I just do these? And I was like, that looks really good. Okay, yeah, you can do that. Sure, why not? So I mean, he just does a few of them. He doesn't do like all of them or anything, and it's just for fun, because it's hard. I mean, if it's gonna be like $30 per emo, and say you have like 40 emotes or something, all of a sudden it's like $1,200, and you're like, a lot of money.
That was some nice on-stream math right there, by the way.
I know, quick math.
Yeah, no, I like that you said that you like asked your artist if you could take it to someone else to redraw, because I feel like that's like a ethical thing to do. Like if you're most artists don't want another artist to like work on their emote, so you should definitely ask like the original artist, like, is that okay? And also like
before editing.
Yeah, and I also like feel like it's really interesting, because the trend right now is like it's definitely becoming more popular to switch out your emotes during holidays and stuff. Like you have like Halloween, you get all the spooky emotes, and then Christmas you have like, all the holiday themed emotes, the Santas. But it's kind of a pain in the butt with Twitch, because like for me, I have like 40 emotes, and I'll redo anywhere from like 10 to 30 of them, and then it's just like you have to delete them all, and then you have to wait
30 minutes for reasons. That's maybe the worst part.
And then you get a message from someone saying, why are all your emotes gone?
But you don't want to like ping your Discord to tell them, hey, I'm taking down the emotes, they'll be right back up, just like wait 30 minutes. Like it doesn't feel worth that either, because it's not going to take that long, but inevitably somebody notices.
Yeah, because you have to re-upload them individually too. So you have to, it's like 3 sizes. So you do 3 sizes, and then you rewrite the prefix or the name of it, and then you submit it, and then it doesn't work because the name is still waiting to reset.
Yeah, do you just capitalize the name again, dude?
Twitch, if you're listening, we would really appreciate emote profiles the way Streamlabs does alert profiles.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
That would be incredible. You could just be like, Christmas profile, done.
Yeah,
I'm
all
in.
the people that change them up for every single game they do, I'm sure would love that.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
I mean, what if your whole profile, like what if it was different profiles for like all of your icons? So like your badges too.
Oh,
I don't know.
So good.
People would like go. I think people would eventually, if they were profiles, eventually just go out and do like a complete Halloween theme and like a complete,
I would. I know I would at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if it's
was
like
that easy to change out,
you just reuse it every year. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Free idea, Twitch. Big brain over here.
It'll be announced in a year and developed 3 years from now. It'll be fine.
Right.
I'm truly not. I'm not even mad if it comes a year from now. Have at it.
Yeah, it's because it's becoming more and more of a popular thing. Like people have themed emotes for games and stuff and like holidays.
Mhm.
So it would be
Yeah.
Well, I
super
think that-
super helpful.
That definitely changed when we had the ability to not have to like, for partners anyway, we don't have to wait for the approval.
Yeah.
So long
Yeah,
as
the
you're
good standing, yeah.
Or
and I think
lose
that
emotes if you don't have the amount of
Yeah,
Oh my
oh.
gosh. People don't nowadays. Back
Oh.
in my
Yeah,
day.
back in my day,
Eh,
we had to email them.
had to ask my partner to help me out.
Yeah, or if you dropped under the sub tier, whatever the sub tier was to unlock that slot, you would lose that slot. So
Yeah,
like you
so just couldn't
actually
touch them.
you
Just had
could
to-
not delete your
Yeah, you
emotes, and
just
if you did, you lost that slot unless you hit that thing again.
that was
God.
also before sub gifting. So
Yeah.
like subathons were such a different animal. Man,
And it was
World
before
is
Twitch
different.
Prime too. So like there's
Yep.
no inflation. Like there's just manual sub trains, and then you'd never get back
And
up.
tiered, like, so it was all like what you had is what you had. Like there weren't even tier emotes. So like, oh, you have 300 subs. That's 300 individuals that have chose to do that. And if you're doing a subathon and people raid in, good luck, because next week,
Yeah.
don't change your emotes. Like, don't do it. Upload them now immediately. God, that was the nightmare too. Like, can you commission this by tomorrow? Because we don't want to lose this.
Right. That's so
Soon,
funny.
please.
Ugh.
It was such a crazy time. Like it's crazy how much has changed. You guys have it easy. Let me tell you. Let me tell you about the days when we were partnered 5 years ago.
God.
How long have you guys been on Twitch, by the way? I don't know if we talked about that.
I've been streaming for about 3.5 years. So actually, some of the stuff that you're talking about, I remember, but I wasn't streaming.
Mm-hmm.
5 years ago. Back before creative was the thing, and now it's gone again.
My first stream was 7 years ago, but like I've only
Wow.
been seriously streaming for like 4 years. So
Wow, that's
there was
still
Yeah, you've
my
been on the
first
platform.
stream was like I had my DS and a laptop, and I like pointed the laptop webcam at the DS. Like I had to like, it was really janky.
jeez.
That's kind of amazing, actually.
I love seeing like or hearing stories of people's like early streaming days versus now. Like now I've got a standing desk and 4 monitor mounts and nice lighting and fancy things.
I started on a laptop. I had a laptop, and then I got a second monitor on Craigslist, and a headset microphone for
Mhm,
free from that same person because they were just like, we're trying to get rid of things. And I didn't have a microphone, so I was planning to just type in chat. So I was like, yeah,
Wow.
that seems like a good thing. I had that headset mic for the first long time that I streamed. We also had what I called poverty internet. My internet speed did not support streaming, and I basically could only stream things that were pixelated because it was going to be pixelated anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Stardew would do really well on that sending.
I played Stardew. I played a lot of retro games. So I would like.
And it was
emulate-
themed. You were pixelated because it was the theme thing. It was
Yeah,
branding.
That was
that is some
totally.
strong branding right there.
Bin.
If you're looking to get started streaming, you can start from anywhere. Like
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like a coffee table with my laptop on it and like an armchair from my living room and then a separate coffee table to put my mouse on. That was it. It was very weird.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used like a headset mic like my first like year or so streaming,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
I got
easy.
partnered and everything off of it. I'm just like, how? Like that would never work today. Like my
was a
headset mic
different
was like
beast.
$20 and sounded like absolute crap.
Same.
Oh. I dragged my PC into the kitchen every cooking stream. And it
Really?
yeah, for about a year and a half I did that.
You unplugged everything and brought the desktop.
I had an extra monitor. Well, I've always, because I've been into computers since I was, well, I'm not, it's been a long time. I will put it that way. Because that will show my age, which is public anyway. But I would drag the whole thing. I had like an extra keyboard and mouse really, but that was it. So I just unplug everything, put it in the kitchen, plug everything in, put my duct tape cameras up, and yeah, I eventually shifted over to a laptop, and like now I have a dedicated PC for the kitchen. But like, don't do that, because that PC did fry at one point because it got like soup spilled on it.
Oh no.
It was bad. It was off stream, thankfully, but I was like, this doesn't work anymore. Okay, like, well.
Ooh. Okay, so while we're talking about emotes, I want to talk a little bit about what Twitch is doing with emotes, and because I saw you guys spamming the Twitch's new holiday emotes that they have. So for those that don't know what's going on, from December 3rd to January 3rd, you guys can earn emotes from cheering or subbing or being in a channel. When that happens, you'll have actually a chance at getting emotes. There are 25 to unlock. They're really cool. They're like, most of them I think are like meme based. Some of them have taken me a minute to like get, but like there's like the Pikachu like face, and like
the surprise face,
Yeah.
the this is fine, and the yelling at the cat thing, which I did not get at first, but now I love.
The Homer into the bush.
That's
is one
my
of my
favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
so
that one's
good.
really good.
Yeah, that is definitely my
Really,
favorite.
really good.
So yeah,
Bongo
that is
cat.
something that's like a temporary thing that you can earn in the next month. And normally these are like temporary emotes, but there's actually a way to keep 4 forever, which will be if you unlock all of them, then after the whole thing ends, you'll actually be able to keep 4 of them, which I like collecting things, so I'm happy and I want them.
I didn't know that piece of that, so that's cool.
Yeah.
They did it with the Halloween emotes like a few years ago, didn't they? If you got all of them, either you kept, there were only like 4 or 8 or something, not 25,
Mm-hmm.
but something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they've done some that are temporary, and then so the one I remember most is Pride Month. Those were temporary, and people wanted them forever, and so there was like a little petition that went around, and Twitter happened, and they actually ended up changing their mind and keeping them forever, which is awesome because they're really cool. So even if not all of them can be kept, I like that some are permanent because I think that makes it a lot more rewarding.
Yeah.
Well, and it's cool because they are commissioning, like, it feels like new artists every single time.
Yeah.
And then those artists are getting some of their work out there too, which is, I think, one of the coolest things about it for me anyway. I'm like, yeah, give them more exposure.
Yeah. Well, and it's not Twitch is paying for them for that.
Well, no, I know that they're
So,
they're
like,
artists,
so
but
it's
also
both.
then
It's
added
cool.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's really cool. And so the cool thing is also you don't have to cheer or sub to get any emotes. If you're just in a channel that happens, there's a chance. Like if what is it? Like if 10 subs are gifted, then 50 emotes in chat. Like 50 people get emotes in chat, which is really cool. Same thing with bits. And the new thing that they have for this is now resubs actually do something too, which has never been a thing before. So now if you share a resub, you actually get an emote yourself and you share with chat, which is really cool. I like that integration.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they improved it too, because it used to be that like no matter how much you cheered or whatever, you just got one emote. But they changed it so that
Yes.
if someone like cheered
It scales.
more, the
Yeah.
person actually cheering also gets more guaranteed emotes. So if someone wants all the emotes, they don't just have to sit there going like cheer 300, cheer 300,
Yeah.
25 times until you hate the alert.
Has anyone else taken their... So I haven't done this for subs because I think this is the first time they've done emotes for subs, or at least for resubs.
Yeah.
For resubs,
But
yes. For subs there
do-
were, but for resubs now it's new.
Yeah. So I take the alert that goes off for the mega cheer that they've determined, like 200 or 300 bits or whatever, and I make it like whenever they do one of these promotions, I make like a seasonal alert for it, which almost inevitably always sticks around because people just love them. But like we did one for Pride, for the Pride month, we did one that was like kind of gay themed, and then we did one for the food fight emotes.
Mm.
That was Audrey 2 talking to Seymour about wanting to be fed. So yeah, it's kind of a fun extra thing because people always will like cheer that amount more often, and I don't really see that amount any other time than during this like mega cheer time. But it's a fun silly thing that we do where we just like add an extra alert in that's like kind of festive.
Yeah, that's really
like
cool idea.
that.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what Twitch is doing. I don't know if they'll be doing like more stuff or what. Like I said, they usually do like some type of charity thing. So I'm obviously a big fan of that because Twitch is a huge platform, and we already do a lot of fundraising outside of that. So it's always cool to see like Twitch involved with something like that.
For sure.
I love seeing, like, I mean, one, it benefits us when there's like the charity bit stuff because it's going to us, but then a portion is going from Twitch. I don't know. It gives a good, like, almost tangible reward to the people who want to be generous and support us. And at the same time, like, it's one of the few times I feel it's more acceptable for at least me to be like, yeah, give me your money. Just go on ahead.
Yeah.
Give me your money. Because you're also giving to charity at the same time.
It's
Like,
both.
yay.
You're supporting me, which you already wanted to do, but you're also supporting charity, which is super cool. Congrats.
It also gives me another chance to yell at people when they do it wrong. So don't give me money the wrong way. Like, you did it wrong and I'm mad at you now. Make sure you include charity. You know, it's a great time to be angry about people giving you money as well.
Yeah, which is always a fun time.
My favorite thing.
So a lot of people, when they for the holidays, they usually travel. I don't know, are you guys doing any traveling? Are you guys staying at home or?
Yep.
Yes.
Going to Chicago.
Both of those things.
Yes. I will be flying to the East Coast because I've moved away from my family. I left them, so I will go back and visit them. Do you guys do any streaming while you're traveling?
Yes.
I won't stream while I'm with family because I won't really have access to a setup for it exactly. But I will stream kind of around. I don't travel far. I go like they're like day trips basically. So I'll have like one day that I'm with my family and that'll just be the day that I'm with my family, and then I'll have all of the other days like I will probably stream extra during that time just because I like to kind of make up for the fact that not everybody has a great holiday time. And I feel like especially like right around like Christmas Day itself, it ends up being, I don't know, lonely and sad for a lot of people. So I try to be around as much as possible during that time because I know for a lot of people, like stream is where their family is. Like that is their family. So
yeah.
I don't really like. I live like 20 minutes away from my family, basically. So it's kind of just go over there for the holidays. Then, nope, it's stream time. Gotta go, everyone.
Wait, because you don't miss days.
No, I don't. So I mean, I do travel though. And I do stream when I travel. Like, I went to Alaska on vacation this past summer. And I let my stream know. I was like, I'm going to stream like very short every day, like maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. Then I'm going to go out and do whatever I want the whole day. But I brought like a whole like portable streaming setup with me. So
is that like a laptop, a small little mic?
yeah, it's like a big laptop, some small lights. I brought my full mic because it's not that big, I guess. I brought like the mixer and stuff too. I mean, basically all the stuff.
So you brought your entire setup. When you travel,
I didn't bring like my computer.
Oh, but no, duh, that'd be ridiculous. Sorry.
God, just bring your Behringer, your compressor, and your preamp. That's far more reasonable.
But yeah.
Do you bring clothes? Do you have room for things?
Yes, I have a big suitcase.
Wow, that is awesome. That is dedication. I mean, because you stream literally every day, right?
Yeah, for the past 937 days. So.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna hit 1,000 next year.
We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting to 3 years now.
That's insane. Do you have Are you planning on stopping, or like taking a day off when you hit is there a goal? I guess.
No, there's not really a goal. I really like it. I mean, I've talked about it before, and I've done like kind of write-ups on it about how like the routine just like fits my lifestyle really well. Because I mean, I stream like 4 to 5 hours a day. It's not like I do more than 40 hours a week, you know? So it's not something that really like, it's not like I'm going super hard every day and like burning myself out, you know?
Yeah.
At least the way
That's
I
good.
see it just kind of works for me.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
not bad. I mean, I do 6 hours though, and I'm like, I do 5 days a week because I'm pretty tired at the end of it.
Yeah. I mean, there are definitely some days that after 2 or 3 hours, I'm like, all right, bye. I'm tired. And it's like, you know, I guess with my schedule, I feel less bad about it. Not that you should ever feel bad if you need to end early, but
But you do.
you
And it
do.
feels
You
like you're like
do.
leaving. Like when I
Yeah.
left school early because I wasn't feeling well, I'm like, I
Aw.
felt terrible. I was like, oh, I feel so weird.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like during the holidays, like, you know, you can stream while you're traveling. I haven't done a lot of streaming on the go in a while because usually when I'm traveling, it's only for conventions, and then I know I'm gonna be way too tired or way too busy to even have time to stream at a convention. But like for Thanksgiving, I, you know, took my roommate's laptop and did like a 3-ish hour, like just IRL, super like just like using the laptop mic or the webcam that it comes with, and like I had like a little Razer Siren microphone, and like it was like super janky because like my parents' internet isn't that great either. So it was interesting though. Like I think like Spofie, like you're saying, like if you just start for me, it's like starting at the same time and doing like, you know, just like a short check in, like 2-3 hours is just enough, especially if you're just talking, or during the holidays if you're doing something festive, maybe opening presents or something, or talking about the holidays. Like that's definitely pretty doable, but it can be hard when you have like a lot of distractions and family and not the ideal setup.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I travel with my like mobile setup, so it'd be like the laptop, my, you know, Blue Yeti mic, and a headset, and then like maybe a C920 or something I can set on the laptop because my laptop camera is terrible. But like I usually, if I'm like, so like this Christmas, I'll be in Chicago, and I'll do 1, maybe 2 streams, and like my family knows, oh yeah, you stream, it's your job, and that way there's at least a little check-in, so it's not a full week off, because then I start getting stressed out, like, cool, I haven't been working, and this is not like back when I worked full-time corporate and had a salary, where if I take a week off, I still have income.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like at least if there's a check-in, it's usually just enough for me to be like, all right, I'm safe, I'm okay.
Stream is
for
not
now.
dying while I'm gone.
Right. And even then, but you're right, like the family distractions, and you know, okay, when do I find a good time for this? Because I'm on the East Coast now, or in the Midwest, depending on where I am, and it's not my normal setup. But
Well, I think there's
helps.
also the balance of like, if you're with family, you also want to have the time with family.
Yeah.
So although you want to stream while you're away, it's also trying to find time where your family doesn't have other stuff going on that you're going to be pulling away from to put that kind of ahead of them. You know, like even if they're understanding, and I definitely have a very understanding family as well, but there's kind of this like, we don't see you that often. I don't live near my family, like close enough to, I don't live 20 minutes away to go over there for dinner or anything. So I only see them like a few times a year. So when I'm with them, I'm like, I'm very with them. And I would rather stream around my holiday stuff going on with my family than to stream while I'm there. But I'm also only there for a day. So I think there's like, you have to find your balance. Like, where does it fit into your life, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Spofie, cover your ears, but sometimes it's okay to just take time off and like, you know, take the holidays off, reset, visit family, go skiing, eat lots of food, you know? Like I feel like we're all subject to burnout, you know. Okay, you like, I'll take a day off one day, okay guys, don't yell at me.
No,
But-
I agree. And I don't
Yeah.
think it's for everyone, that's for sure. You gotta do what works for you, right? It's gonna be different person to person.
Yeah. And the holidays can be, I think, like super stressful sometimes. You know, you're trying to find presents for everyone. You also have New Year's coming up, and there's a lot of traveling. And Just I feel like there's generally a lot of chaos that goes around the holidays. So it's also just a really good time to close out the year and just, take like I think last year I took the last like 4 days into New Year's off just and I went and visited friends and just got away from streaming and just took my mind off things and did not check social media.
I think this is a good time to do it too. Like when you're already going to be taking time off for family stuff or for holiday stuff anyway, just to like tack on that extra vacation because you're kind of already planning to be away.
Mhm.
So you might as well, I think we talked about it as well, like going into TwitchCon, like if you have a convention to then have a vacation that comes right after it because you're already gone and you don't have to worry about like, I'm gone, I'm back for a couple of days, I'm gone again. I think that works really nicely.
God, that would stress me out so much.
Well, yeah.
To be gone that long or to be gone back and then gone again?
Gone that long, like as a long stint.
Same. And same.
I couldn't do it.
We're all trying to tell people take time off.
I think for me, I'm with you, Dan, where for me, it would start to detract from what I was doing if I was gone that long because I would start to be thinking in the back of my head, like, what about stream? What are they doing? I would want to check in with them. I'd want to do a stream. And it would start to be like preoccupy my mind in a way that now I'm not having fun doing whatever I'm supposed to be doing. So
totally.
I think, again, it just comes back to like, know yourself and know your stream and know, your family and all that stuff to figure out whether or not streaming fits into your vacation time, I guess.
Well, and I do dedicated vacations specifically for that. So like the last 2 years I've gone to Japan and I did a stream and it was usually 20 minutes to an hour, depending on how long my connection lasted and battery and a few other things. But like just enough so that I can justify part of it being written off on the trip, which is pretty neat. But that's not legal or tax advice. I saw a lawyer friend. I do accounting, but that's on me. But it's just like that's my dedicated vacation, and then so like conventions are work, so I can justify streaming during it because it's work. Like I'm still already in that mindset, and then like holidays, like it's usually my family's all here in my state, so I can see them kind of like Spofie, where it's just like, oh, I'll see you today, and then I'll have you come over on my day off. So I can not worry about it. And then when I have a family, I'm like, well, this is an extra thing. I'll find a day that I can stream during this so I don't feel that pressure like you were talking about, Frank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like if you are gonna take time off, you need to actually like commit to it and like be truly okay with it. Otherwise, it's just not worth taking that time off. Like now you're not enjoying the time you're taking off and now you're stressing about the stream. So there's really been no point in actually like dedicating that time. Like commit to it and just do like, a 3-day, even a 3-day weekend, I think can make a big difference to someone's like mental health. Like I know for me, it definitely makes a difference.
For sure.
Or like sometimes even just like taking like a half day and then having like, a normal, like I've been doing like 2-day weekends starting this year and it's been so helpful to avoid like getting burnt out and stuff.
God. Yeah. I used to, so when I started streaming, I was a full-time corporate employee doing accounting and all that fun. I did that for the first 2 years and streamed about as much as I do. And that's a mistake. Jeez. Don't do that. Because I didn't technically have any day off. It was like 12-hour days every day. Don't do that. Don't do that. Highly recommend against it. It was the only way I could get streaming to where I am now. But I still don't recommend it.
I think a lot of us start like that though, working and then also streaming and being like, don't do it, but also how else do you do it?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that's also Twitch 3 to 5 years ago. I don't know if that works anymore. And I'm married and she's gainfully employed. So like it worked that I could transition slowly while doing that. But most people aren't in a position that works anymore. So you need that time for yourself, just so that you can mentally survive. And holidays are a great time to take some of that. Because frankly, there's a lot of people in our community that are doing that as well. They're on vacation. So yeah, there are a good chunk of people that are like, I just work and then I go home, and Christmas is really lonely and depressing. So it's great to have our communities still there.
Right.
But a good chunk are also doing their own travels and families. So
For sure. Yeah.
So we do have a few questions from chat that I saw earlier during the stream, so I do want to get to those. We have one from Once in Love who says, "What's your favorite thing you've seen another person do for holiday stream stuff?"
I think my favorite thing was, I think it was Blue Jay did this last year. She set up her Christmas tree on stream. That was the first time I'd ever seen anybody do that. Just to like, I know it's not that, maybe not that original, but it was the first time I had seen it. And it was just so cozy and so festive. And I was like, this makes me feel immediately like I just want to be like, I want to go, get some eggnog and like sit and hang out and just, be cozy and in the mood.
I do like cookie baking streams. That's like the first thing. I'm just like thinking of cookies right now. Like, not even any stream in particular. Just.
I'm biased, but that's me. No. I'm trying to think of do you have one, Loco? Because I'm trying to think of one.
I actually wanted to share something that I haven't heard yet that I've done in the past. I've done a Secret Santa type thing. But with instead of like people buying things for each other, just like a free way to do it where people submit their names and they get a name and they can draw like a Christmas card for them or like a holiday card for them. And like when you submit your name, you list like a few things that you like. And then so that way when you get someone, like a little bit about them. So it's like a free, easy way to, integrate, the holiday season with the community, get them involved, and, it's free. So
that actually just reminded me, I don't actually do this for Christmas, but I did it for Christmas in July, which is just a, why not kind of thing to do. But we did a white elephant gift exchange. And I don't know if everybody knows what the rules to that are, but basically you draw a name and you get a hat, like you get your gift. And then there are a bunch of like gifts that you can either get a new one, or when somebody unwraps it, you can steal their gift. And the gift can only be stolen so many times before it's just permanently found its home. So you have to kind of be aware that like, if I unwrap this thing, maybe I won't get to keep it. Or you can go try your hand at getting something new. And we did that. I just gave away, sometimes it was like game codes and stuff like that, but sometimes it was stuff like an MS Paint drawing from me that you could enter to win and that kind of thing. So it can be very free to do. But yeah, I forgot about that entirely because I don't do it for the holidays.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Have you guys ever sent things to viewers, like a little holiday card or something?
I'm doing that this year, actually.
Is that just for like subs, or like how did you figure out like who's doing that or who gets that?
Anybody who is a new sub or a resub this month, because reasons. Because otherwise it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. I usually just do like a giveaway because like then you can have a set amount prepared and know ahead of time how many you're going to give away.
Right.
That's smart too.
Because I'm sure you want those to arrive around the holiday, around like Christmas, New Year's time.
It's probably the hope. That's why I don't send them, because it end up in like March.
Probably like March. By next Christmas. Yeah, I kind of like since I play an MMO a lot, we're able to like we do Secret Santa in the game with in-game items, and we actually are doing White Elephant stuff this year in the game. So like I'm able to kind of throw a holiday party in there and like have a lot of stuff be free within that.
That's an awesome idea.
So.
Oh wow, that's such a cool idea. Yeah, you could do that with like I feel like games like Auric or like MMOs, and just have like a in-game party. That's really cool.
Yeah, like a role play holiday party essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an awesome idea. Are there any other ideas that we haven't talked about that you guys do?
That we I was like, that we do.
Or that you've heard or the thought of?
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I know soon one of the things I'll do before I leave for Christmas, like I've got, a house that has a real fireplace and all that, and I'll be just doing a fireside like chat and cocoa and that sort of thing coming up, because I can
I want to go
actually.
to that.
I mean, hey, if
I
you're
know.
down, you can come over. I'd have you over.
Don't tempt me, Dan. I will come.
He's got a guest room. Like I've had friends do that. Anyway, talk to me after. We can make it happen. But yeah, like little fireside, because I mean, it's whole like the community connection, and like that's a lot of what I do. I know Frank, you do that, like stuff like that too, or it's just
Mhm.
oh yeah, we'll just sit and talk, and that's all we're going to do, and that's the dedication of the stream. And so it's nice to be able to I don't know, have the cozy, like it's an actual fire like that I lit and I chopped the wood for, and it's I don't know, stuff like that I always like. So it's a Yule-log stream, but actually with purpose. Yeah,
That's a really cool idea. You could always record it and then just use the video in your stream background, your green screen.
also
And it's like
true.
actually your background.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Okay. Never. That's not gonna happen and be my idea later.
You should take it because it's a great idea.
No, it's not like it.
Have you guys ever done like received gifts from viewers? This is actually a question from Z-Bar. How do you feel about IRL gifts from chat? Do you guys do a wish list, or do you guys like have a PO box or anything?
I do have a PO box, and I have an Amazon wish list that like is when I'm like stress shopping on Amazon, I'll just like sometimes like add things to that list. So it's a whole bunch of stuff, and every once in a while I go through it and I'm like, why, when did I add this? So there's that just is always there. So I don't really like push for it over the holidays or anything like that. I have had people send me things. Actually, I don't know if you can see that guy right down there. There's a little cat that somebody made me. It's like a Pegasus cat that somebody made me. So I have had people send me, that was a Christmas gift that they sent me this year. So it does happen. And I guess that really is dependent on the streamer, whether or not they even have a PO box, they want IRL items or anything like that. I understand that a lot of people find that to be a weird crossing of boundaries. I get a lot of handmade gifts because I started as a creative streamer. So I think we have a very creative base in our community. So a lot of the stuff that I get from people are like handmade cards and hand paintings and like crafty things. And I think that's really special because it's coming like from their hands and their heart to me. And it's really sweet.
Yeah, I've done kind of the same thing with like a PO box, and then there are ways, though it is a little difficult. You can get like an Amazon wish list that'll just send directly to your house instead of a PO box. And so I did that like when stream gifts like is another way that like that like actual things set up outside of that too. But like I had an Amazon wish list for like housewarming stuff that I had my wife put together what she wanted, and then I gave that to my mods who made the wish list. So it was like I didn't pick anything off of it. I'm like, I'm not decorating this house because I'll do it wrong, and that's fine. But that was cool because then also like I opened it on stream and people got to like there is something nice, like especially around this time of year, and we bought our house in November, so it lined up really around Christmas time. We got everything too, so it's like, hey, like it's housewarming, but it's also like holiday gifts, and you can actually see where like some of the stuff is like that was purchased by people, and then it's like as Frank like pointed out, like there's the stuff people sent me, like it's right here. It's nice to kind of have that tangible, and people really feel like they're a part of not only like the community, but now they're part of like the set that you have if you have a physical one.
Yeah, I've never had like a PO box or a wish list or anything. Mainly like it's a very personal decision because I'm a really, really messy person and I have a lot of stuff that is already hurricaning around my house. And the idea of getting more stuff just like makes me more stressed than anything. So I always just let everyone know that like I appreciate it, but I can't with stuff.
Yeah.
It would just be a lot.
Yeah, no, that's why I feel like a PO box, I would just get a lot of stuff that I don't want either. Like for me it'd be a lot of troll stuff, so it'd be like, I don't know, like pineapple or fish molly plushies or Nick Cage pillows or just like things that I definitely don't want.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd take a Nick Cage pillow. I don't know.
Same,
Okay,
That sounds
put it on your
awesome.
wish list. I'll get you one then. Like, yeah, I would get sent like 500 pineapples or like, pineapple pizzas or I don't know, just everything I don't like that's what my community would do.
Pickle stuff for
Yeah.
Frank.
I have so many pickle items, and they're all like on display. I don't know if you can see. That's Clive. He's a blow up pickle doll. I have a yodeling pickle somewhere back there. I have so many pickle items, and for me, it just like I have a physical set. I guess I don't think of it as it's my office. So I don't think of it as a set, but I do have a physical thing, and I just put everything back there, and it just finds a home somewhere. So I don't think I've yet been sent anything that I'm like, I don't want this. I mean, some of it I don't want, but I also understand that it came with like love and humor. So I think that outweighs the like, this is just a thing that is useless to me. So.
Fair. I mean, at least with the wish list, you have a little bit more control, but yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, they don't necessarily send you things off a wish list though.
if you have a wish list only sort of thing.
Yeah,
then,
that is true.
But if you have both,
I know that that's one of the benefits of like having stream gifts set up. This is now a stream gifts ad. Is that you have to have like it is items on the wish list, and those are the only things that can be sent because there's no other public address, and they can't buy things and then send it through stream gifts, as far as I know. So
correct.
Be a way kind of around that to be like have some kind of control over what you're getting in your PO box,
right?
Address or whatever.
Streamlabs has like a wish list system too, but it's kind of odd because
it's not
you get the money.
Yeah, you just get the money.
Item. Like people will like buy the item, but then you just get the money and you're like, I guess expected to just go buy it. I don't know.
Yeah, which actually I kind of liked because you buy it on your own time, and then like it was just straightforward compared to like Amazon, which can be kind of dicey because like what Playa said, like I've heard that like some third-party sellers may like share get your personal info or something, or share it with like the buyer. So like that's why I was like, okay, that's very straightforward. The unfortunate thing is they like got rid of that. Like, and I actually
did they?
Yeah, I mean, because I used to use it, and they took it off like the tipping page. So like people started asking me, and I asked them about it, and they haven't kept it, unfortunately. I don't know if it's something they're going to work on, whatever. But yeah, I actually used to use that same system. But yeah,
I used to use it too, but I would have people like actually be like, where's that thing? And like I would
so you wouldn't get it. Yeah.
Well, no, or like maybe I hadn't gotten it yet, and like then
the
it would be like
day.
a whole thing. And this isn't worth it. Like I'm gonna this off,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Unless you guys have any closing comments about streaming during the holidays, any takeaways for the viewers that are watching?
It doesn't have to be as big of a deal as you think it is. Like, honestly, I think people are happy to be as festive as you're willing to get with it. So if you're just like, oh, I just wanted to change this one alert, or I just wanted to add this one alert, or, we're not doing anything with my background or anything like that. We're just going to do this one day of it. I think it doesn't have to be a big deal. It doesn't have to be, you can be the normal amount of festive that you normally are and still have people enjoy you during the holidays.
Yeah, I think that's really well said. I think you see a lot of streamers doing things and you feel like, oh, now I need to do something, like, oh my gosh, like I'm so not festive, what am I doing? But yeah, I mean, I think what you said is great. Like, do your thing. Your community is there for you ultimately. They're not going to leave because you have less Christmas, spirit like than someone else. So yeah, that's very well said.
I mean, I think for me, it's a time to have a little more fun with things. It's an excuse to try something different, even if you're not going to go like big crazy. Oh my gosh! But it can be something as simple as like, well, normally I bake cookies. We're gonna try the sliceable sugar cookies, and I'm gonna try to make those by hand, which I've done, and they're a pain, but you totally can. It's basically like you can do something a little different and theme it without like changing your setup or really changing much of what you do. Just because, and people might be a little more excited to see something different. That's the big thing, is be willing to try something different. Because all right, well, if it doesn't work, then okay, the holiday season's gone now, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. You can also and just you can take inspiration from others too. Like if you see someone baking cookies, if you want to bake cookies. I know Frank mentioned the idea of some people kind of being idea hoardish, but nobody you're watching who's baking cookies is the first person to bake cookies.
Right.
So see
Just
what you
no
can
charity
do, make it
incentive.
your own
Yeah.
thing. Have fun with it. It's the holidays, so
Yeah, no one's copywritten Christmas trees on stream. Sorry,
I'm
that's
doing it
just-
right now.
All right, cool.
specifically white Christmas trees.
White
Don't
Christmas
know
trees
what,
with
that's
white lights. Nobody else. No, you're not
DMCA is
allowed.
incoming.
Take that tree down.
I saw what you did on stream. That's mine.
I'm gonna
Oh,
have
no.
to change your name to Frank the Grinch.
Mhm. That's cool
I
branding.
do not
though.
want to get anywhere near copyright law. Y'all can nope.
You know,
that stuff is complicated.
It's funny that you mentioned law stuff because it's so important and for streaming. And if only we had some brilliant people that are literally going to be on stream right after the show talking about COPA and FTC guidelines for content creators. That's literally going to happen right after this show, which is right about now. So you better stick around, chat.
I totally did that on purpose for you.
That was a beautiful
Definitely.
segue.
We have
well
two
done, Frank.
lawyers joining us for the show next. So, if you want to hear it from the horse's mouth, I just called my lawyer a horse. I'm sorry. No, I love you.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
that was a horse? I didn't know this.
But yeah, they're going to be on right after this. I think I believe is it Ernest or Galen that's on today? I think it might be Galen. Chickenators, who is a financial planner. Okay, it is Galen. Perfect. Chickenators, who is
Your Twitter, it's Galen. Yeah.
yes, financial planner. Ryan Morrison and Noah
nice.
Downs, my lawyer friend in chat. So they are going to be joining themselves. They're not joining us. They're actually going to be right after the show. So anyways, stick around. We're going to do some shout outs before we head off here, though. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me for the show. I really appreciate you guys sharing your holiday tips and tricks. Frank, starting with you, let us know where we can find you and what are you up to?
I'm Frank the Pegasus across the board. So if you're trying to find me on Twitch or YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or any of the socially places, I'm always Frank the Pegasus, all one word. I am honestly, we're going to be doing a Christmas wrapping stream and I will do a Christmas Eve stream, kind of doing festive things on Christmas Eve. So we're up to all that
That's
stuff.
awesome.
But I kind of, this entire month, in the games that I play, because I do a lot of simulation games, it's really easy for me to do festive things within the game as well. So we're going to be doing some festive-y things in gameplay as well. So feel free to come on and hang out and, jingle your bells and stuff.
Yes, let me know when that rapping stream is because I need some
I'll hit you
tips.
up. Yeah.
Dan, what about you? What are you up to for the holidays?
Yeah, I'm DomesticDan, Twitch, Twitter, all that fun. And so yeah, for holidays, the week of right up until Christmas, I'm out for visiting family. There will be a stream somewhere in there, but I mean, my birthday's soon. So I grew up in one of those people kind of lumping things together, not because it was parents don't love me and now I only get one gift instead of two. I'd be like, I get one gift and it's a little bit bigger because we're poor, but I can justify it to my parents. So that's always actually been a positive for me. So that'll probably be my holiday themed thing, because I don't know, I'm usually just a garbage meme lord, and I'm old, so it works out pretty well. So that's my holiday spirit. But thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah.
This was a delight.
Thank you so much, Dan. Spofie, what about you?
My name is Spofie. You can find me on twitch.tv/Spofie or on twitter.com/Spofie with 2 E's because the 1 E Spofie is taken. One day maybe I'll have that, but for now, 2 E's. I stream every night around like 9 p.m. or so Eastern. We're doing a holiday party on December 20th at night, like in the game I play, Final Fantasy. So anyone that wants to see in-game holiday festivities, you can join us then.
That
But
is awesome.
yeah.
That's so cool. And I am Loco. You can find me at twitch.tv/LOWCO. I don't know what I'm playing right now because I usually play new games, and I've played all the new games. I might be checking out Phoenix Point, which is like an XCOM style game this week. Otherwise, I don't know. I might just start going back to like some old games that I haven't played in a while or ever, and kind of jump around. Maybe I'll play some Stardew. I don't know.
Do it. I was totally gonna say just play
Love
Stardew.
it.
Just do it.
Yeah, it's been a
Just do it.
while. I might need to.
There's so much new stuff. You'll
New
love it.
update. It's like a new game. It's
Yeah,
so
I
good.
know.
The final content update, I believe.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I love content.
I believe that's what he said. So we can start working on Witchbrook.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said,
need that
guys,
so badly.
I know. Don't go anywhere because there is a show right after this. Stay tuned for some information on COPA. Is it COPA or COPPA? I don't know. It's got two P's. I don't know. COPA and FTC guidelines for streamers. Important stuff that you should listen to from qualified individuals right after this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Toby, for that correction. Now I know how to pronounce it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We do this every single Monday, and if you guys enjoy this type of content, we have 4 or 5 shows that we do weekly, so make sure to follow the Twitch channel if you guys want more. So stick around. Your brand, your business starts right now.
Bye.